Yeah, thank you. I was about to tell you that recording is not been started. Okay, so now this is a case study. Let's move it. Let's read it one by one. Guys, I hope you remember the concept of capital budgeting. Yeah, do you remember? Hello, hello, guys. Even if it not, don't worry. Over the course, we will definitely go through it. But now let's see what is happening. Company wants to start a business, I'm sorry, it wants to expand the business in upcoming year, and we need to evaluate the performance, expected performance of the company based on the information. So basically, when you are expanding, there will be the two possibilities, that is either you will expand or at a higher rate, or you will expand at the lower rate. So again here we are given the choices, that is to expand, and which can be achieved, or the result will be either we will grow at a higher rate, resulting into this kind of cash flow with the outflow with the investment of 1 lakh, or on the lower end we will have this cash flow, whichever I have wrote on the 11th row, with the same outflow, because our investment will never change based on your outputs. Or there is another thing, that yes, if you stick to the current situation, then instead of 1 lakh as usual, you have to put the working capital of 75,000 in your business, and you will achieve the high growth with the high cash inflows. Or you can have the low growth with the existing of the investment of 75,000. Now we need to understand whether company should go for expansion, or it should stick to the whatever the position it is having. And let's see how the decision tree will help us in taking the cost related decisions. First of all, even if we not consider the factor of inflation, which is actually not right. We should consider the factor of inflation, because the inflow is relevant to the almost 5 years. It's not limited to the 1 year. See, when you are taking the decision only for the 1 year, you should not consider the inflation, because whatever will happen, it will happen in the same year. But when your decision is based on the across or more than the 1 year, you should consider the factor of inflation. Can any of you tell me what do you mean by inflation itself? Yeah, what do you mean by inflation, guys? See, feel free to make a mistake, but don't feel shy while giving the answer, because I'm your teacher, right? I will definitely appreciate you. I will definitely rectify you in case of error, but it will boost your confidence for appearing before the interviews. And nowadays, every interview is going on either on telephone or on the Skype. So take this opportunity and just start helping yourself for becoming confident. Yes, guys, what is an inflation?
Ma'am, rise in prices.
Exactly, it's a rise in price. See, for example, uh, if in 2020 we are able to purchase, say, 20 chocolates at 100 rupees, but in 2021 we need to spend around, say, 120 rupees for purchasing the same chocolate. So basically, we have noticed there is a rise in price. The first observation is rise in price, and the second observation is we are wanting or we are using more money to purchase the same level of quantity. It also means when there is a rise in price, purchase value of money goes down. So in capital budgeting or in evaluating the today's situation based on the inflation rate, we are going to use here the concept of capital budgeting. And now how it works? We need to understand that suppose we are talking about the 5 years. When I am having 1 rupee in my hand, its today's value is just 1 because I am having it in my hand. But if I promise you that, okay, I will give you 1 rupee after the completion of 1 year. Yes, you are not going to get it. You are going to get it after the completion of second year. Can you tell me that the value, whatever you are getting it after 2 years, it will remain same as 1? I am promising it today. Yes, I am going to give you 1 rupee. But after 2 years, so even after 2 years, in reality, you are getting 1 rupee, but due to the inflation, the value, the purchasing value of that 1 rupee has already reduced. So the present value of that 1 rupee cannot be called as 1 rupee. So with the help of capital budgeting, what we are going to do, we are going to calculate जो पैसा मुझे 2 साल बाद मिलने वाला है उसकी आज की वैल्यू क्या है. I am getting 1 rupee right now, so today's value of that 1 rupee is 1 rupee. But if whatever the money I am getting after the completion of second year, if at all I calculate its today's value, then it is called as a discounting rate because we are actually aiming at whatever I will get after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years. What is its today's value? ऐसा क्यों करेंगे madam? Because when you are investing your money in any project, when you are investing money in any investment, you are investing now and you are going to get the returns after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years. So at the time of investment only, you should understand that, okay, I am investing 1 lakh right now, and probably after 2 years, I will get 1,20,000. But the inflation rate for 2 years is more than 20%, then definitely, guys, your investment will be called as a deadlock investment because even if you are getting 1,20,000, which is more in number as compared to the investment, but whatever the interest, whatever the dividend you are aiming to earn is actually curtailed down by the inflation rates. So it's very, very important to calculate today's value of the future inflow. So हमेशा याद रखना जब भी आप इन्वेस्टमेंट करोगे तो इन्फ्लेशन फैक्टर जरूर आपको पता होना चाहिए. So for example, if we consider the inflation at the rate of 8%. So now, if at the end of second year, I have promised to pay you 1 rupee, but what is its today's value? मतलब अगर आज हम शॉपिंग के लिए वो फ्यूचर वाला मनी लेके जाए, so how much products we can shop today? The formula for it's very simple. It's 1 divided by 1 plus r raised to n. Yes, it's a very simple formula. 1 या मैं ऐसे लिखती हूँ यहाँ पे 1 divided by 1 plus r and the whole bracket and it's called as raised to n, right? So in this case, how we can calculate it? Simple, 1 divided by 1 plus 0.08. 0.08 stands for 8%. So here, the discounting factor is 0.92. Now guys, please understand, as I promised to pay you 1 rupee at the end of the second year, but today you can purchase the products of only 0.92 with that future value. So though you are having the feel that after 2 years you will get 1 rupee, but when we consider the inflation, the rise in price, we should understand that if I take that future 1 rupee right now, I can purchase only 0.92 rupees. It means the value is going down. Now, what will be the case in for the third year? Now, let me share you my screen because there is a special method to calculate the discounting rate. So how we can do that? We need to just start our calci. I hope it is appearing before you. Now, at the rate of 8%, we are calculating the today's value of future money. So at the second year, we have already calculated 1 divided by 1.08, right? So that is 0.9259. And when I want to calculate it for third year, I just have to press is equal to, it is 0.8757 at 573 over here. Then what about the third year? Again, I will click on is equal to 0.7938. Then again, let's go for it. 0.7350. So here we have already calculated the today's value of future 1 rupee. So guys, when you are accepting any promises that okay, somebody will give you 10,000 rupees after 2 years, 3 years, definitely you should remember that when you are getting 10,000 rupees after 2 years, it means actually how much you will get if we consider the inflation rate. You will get only 9,259. So at the time of accepting any promise, please make sure that at least you should get 10,000 rupees, whatever you have given. Of course, when it is beyond the scope of 1 year. Now, here comes to the actual solving of the problem. Probability of occurring of the event is also given, that what is the probability that high results will be there in both the cases, expand and the no change. And what is the probability that low income will be generated? It's also given. So now let's start with the problem whether the company should go for expansion or not. Now here, the decision making is having two scenarios. The one is expansion and the other one is sticking over there around, that is no change. So one is for expansion and the other one is no change. But even in the expansion and no change, we are also expecting the inflows will have two types. And what kind of inflows we are expecting, guys? On the one part we are expecting high inflow, on the other part we are expecting the low inflow, even in case of expansion as well as in case of no change situation. So there will be high and there will be low as well. Same case in case of no change situation, there will be high inflow and there will be low inflow itself. So now here comes the actual calculation of inflows over the period of time by considering the capital budgeting as well as the probability. Now what we are going to do is we will write it over here as inflow and outflow. Here we are investing 1 lakh rupees in case of expansion, in case of generating high inflow. And over here, we are also given the outflow. I mean, whatever the money we are going to receive, that is the inflow. But we are here also having the probability of getting that money. So what is the probability of getting high inflow? We'll write over here. And then we will calculate the final inflow, right? So the final inflow from this high expansion is something like this. Okay. And our outflow is same, that is 1 lakh. But the point is, I'm showing outflow by negative sign as it is an outflow. But the point is here we need to also apply the discounting rate. And the discounting rate is here, that is we have assumed that inflation rate will be 8%. So when we have applied the discounting rate, okay, we need to calculate it for one more year. 8.05. So finally, we are having the discounted present value, that is 1 lakh minus 1 lakh into this, and for the other inflows we have already applied the rate. Now we can say that though we have invested 1 lakh rupees in the year 0, even though the probability or the probability of occurrence of that event we have considered, then the discounting rate is considered, we are able to generate the inflow of 1,05,000. So how much is the excess over the outflow? In case of high inflation, we have earned 5,000 rupees excess. Now this is a time to calculate the same thing with the low probability. So now I'm copying the same. What I'll do, I'll just extend this arrow so we can get the more, or probably I would take it over here so we'll get the more space for solving. This is for low. Now the inflow is same. The changes is only in probability. The formula will remain same for the other things. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the probability. So when I have changed the probability, what is happening? Look over here. Oh my God, there is no need to calculate actually the NPV. It is very going down. So definitely now we can say that expansion phase is giving us at least 5,000 extra. Now it's very clear that even in the expansion phase, the low phase will earn a very less amount. I'm sure that uh, no change will not be an appropriate function or will not be an appropriate option for the company, that even at the expansion phase, we are getting so little, uh, so little of inflows. So now here, this is the time to calculate the same thing with the no change. I am copying all the inflows and outflow is 75,000. As our structure is ready, this is only about the changing the values of inflows. Yes, even in the high case, when we are not changing the technology, when we are not going for the expansion at all, even with the high cash inflows, guys, it is showing it as yes, we will definitely incur the loss if we deny for a change. And when we are going for expansion, definitely it is showing the profit for the business. So here we can conclude that the business should change. In fact, if the business want to sustain, then the change is inevitable. If a business is not going after change, then definitely business has to close it or shut down its doors. So this is how decision tree we can use in the combination of various financial tools we use. So here we have learned the concept of capital budgeting, and we have inserted that concept with the probability, and we have put it into the format of decision making. So what I'll do, I will give you some time, hardly 10 or 15 minutes, but I'm expecting that first you will write the capital budgeting, the rewrite the concept of capital budgeting, because it's not that probably they will ask you the full case study in the exam, but they will definitely ask you that if the NPV, the net present value, or if the present value of the cash inflows is greater than your investment, then whether you should go for the investment or not. Such kind of questions they may ask you in MCQs. So please write down the concept of capital inflation, then the concept of discounting the value, जैसे हमने ये किया, calculation of discounting rate with the rupee 1, and then solve, then write down this answer in your notebook. Yes, I'll give you 10 minutes, because what you have to do first, write about inflation and how it's affect the investment decision. The second point is calculation of the discounting rate. And the third, you need to solution. So write down these things. You can take 10 minutes. Hello, are you following me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So please write it down, and then we will move to the next case. Hello guys, are you done with this? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. 2 minutes.
Yes, guys, shall we move ahead?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay, now I'm giving you a small case which they may ask you for 1 or 2 marks. So start solving it. I'll definitely explain it first. Is it visible to you? Okay, now what is happening? ABC is considering to invest in a plant near Jamnagar, and there are 6 possibilities that when we'll start that plant, over there they can achieve the sales of 2,000 crores, out of which 60% is related to cost and 40% is a profit, and probability of occurring that profit is 20%. The possibility too is they will achieve 1,500 crores of sales, where the cost will be 63%. Guys, you need to understand कि जैसे when you use the production capacity at the higher end, your cost goes down. But if you are utilizing the production capacity in very inefficient ways, definitely your cost goes up. So the same thing is given here, and there is also the probability of profits. So nowadays you have to calculate the overall profit which can be achieved by setting the plant near Jamnagar and after considering the 6 possibilities. So here we can say that yes, we are done with the 3 concepts like probability, then your capital budgeting, and the third one is a decision tree. So come on, just solve it. It will also give you the confidence, and definitely I'm going to solve it after 10 minutes. But first, think and try to solve it and calculate overall profits which can be achieved by setting the plant near Jamnagar. Any questions, any doubts in mind? पक्का समझ में आया guys? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Let us start. Let us solve us. Then, if any
Okay.
doubt, then start.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
hello, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Can you just help me with the first case? I explain again.
Okay. What
Pos-
I will do here, I'll just prepare the format so you will understand in more better way. There is a possibility that we may have sales of 2000 and we can also calculate the cost to sales. How? That is 2000 into 60%, that is a cost of sales. And then we can also calculate the profit which is nothing but the sales minus cost. And after which you need to provide the probability. I guess now it's very pretty clear.
yes.
चलो सॉल्व ही कर देते हैं अभी अभी क्या रहा क्या इस प्रॉब्लम में. So with the help of this information we have calculated the profit. Oh my god, in the fifth situation you can also understand that there is a probability of loss also. So the final profits will be the probability into the possible profits. And let's copy for the rest of the possibilities. And here our table is very much ready. So if the ABC company goes for the expansion, how much profit they can earn by considering the all possibilities. These are the possibilities. So we can probably take the average of the final profit. So that will be the 87.965 on the lower end. And on the higher end, it will be 439.87. So low जो average निकाला है हमने, and on with the optimistic view, or you can say on the high end, we have 439 crores of profits.
Ma'am, how high profit is 439?
It's sum
Okay, okay.
of the final profits.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, guys, are you done with solving? Hello? Hello, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
In that case, we can leave this meeting, and by 9 o'clock we can join the new topic, that is the risk management. Yeah, is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are done, you can leave, take a break of 5 minutes, but at 9 o'clock, join the meeting. So we will start with the new subject, risk management. So looking forward to you in meeting in just next 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you for joining the.
Just we need a favor, ma'am.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you
both of them.
say this type of problem again, ma'am? Different or something. So let me try this again.
I will send you definitely for
Okay.
the practice.
Yes,
You are
yes.
for the practice? Yeah, yeah. I'll send you. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am.
Because yes, I am about to ask your email address. जो बात हुई थी हमारी, that I'll share with you the Google Sheet. That Google Sheet will contain the problems for the practice. Don't worry. Because
Okay, ma'am.
actually the concept is very simple, but yes, it needs some rational and logical thinking before application.
Yes.
ठीक है. Let's
Okay.
meet in the risk management.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
चलो, bye bye.